In just a few hours, Southern California, a region long celebrated for its clear skies, endless sunshine, and dry landscapes, faced one of the most catastrophic floods in its recorded history. Streets transformed into powerful, uncontrollable rivers, vehicles were swept away, and thousands of residents found themselves trapped in immediate danger. This was not merely a local incident. It was a stark illustration of the growing impact of climate change on urban areas and infrastructure designed for much calmer conditions. The morning of Monday, August 25, 2025, began like any other, but persistent heavy rainfall quickly escalated into an unprecedented event. Within hours, rainfall totals exceeded what the region typically receives over several months, overwhelming drainage systems and flooding roads, highways, and neighborhoods. Communities that had been dry and calm just hours earlier were suddenly submerged, and many homes were inundated within minutes. Aerial footage captured from helicopters shows hundreds of vehicles stranded on flooded highways. Drivers, forced to abandon their cars, struggled to reach higher ground on foot. Families climbed onto rooftops, anxiously waiting for rescue teams. Emergency responders deployed boats and helicopters to navigate the rapidly expanding waterways, rescuing those trapped in the rising floodwaters. The speed and ferocity of the floods challenged even experienced emergency crews, creating scenes both terrifying and extraordinary. Authorities declared a state of emergency in multiple counties as water levels reached the rooftops of homes and electricity was cut off to thousands of households.
Man, oh man, when the storms come through 29 Palms, they come through. Took our fence down. Trembling.
Pero así siguen algunos. Yep, it's raining now. Pues el agua ya se empezó a arrastrar carros aquí por el Highway 86.
Initial reports indicated dozens of injuries and thousands of displaced residents. Public transportation, schools, and government offices were shut down, further isolating communities. Hospitals and emergency shelters were stretched to their limits, managing both minor injuries and life-threatening emergencies. Meteorologists explained that this catastrophic flood resulted from a rare and complex combination of weather phenomena. Residual moisture from a weakened tropical storm merged with a massive atmospheric river flowing from the Pacific Ocean. This interaction generated extremely intense and continuous rainfall, unusual for Southern California, a region typically associated with dry conditions and periodic droughts. Scientists stress that such events are no longer outliers. Climate change is intensifying storms, accelerating sudden downpours, and increasing the frequency of destructive floods. Environmental experts warn that the 2025 flood may become a model for future disasters. This event is a glimpse into what could become normal if global greenhouse gas emissions are not dramatically reduced, one climate scientist stated. Without significant mitigation efforts, floods like this could regularly impact not only California, but cities across the globe. Meanwhile, thousands of residents remain in temporary shelters. Relief organizations are actively distributing water, food, blankets, and medical supplies to those affected.
That's a nice showing today with the buyer.
Wow!
But you know what? When you
Emergency teams are working around the clock to restore critical services, clear blocked roads, and provide temporary housing. Recovery will take weeks or months, with rebuilding efforts spanning homes, bridges, roads, and other infrastructure damaged by the floodwaters. Historically, California has faced recurring droughts and water shortages, but the 2025 flood revealed the vulnerability of even arid regions to sudden, extreme precipitation events. Urban planning and emergency preparedness are being scrutinized, as the current infrastructure proved insufficient for handling a flood of this magnitude. Experts recommend immediate investment in climate-resilient infrastructure, improved drainage systems, and community awareness programs to mitigate the risks of future disasters. From a scientific standpoint, the 2025 Southern California flood underscores the urgency of understanding atmospheric rivers, tropical storm remnants, and their interactions with local geography. This knowledge is essential for predicting and preparing for future extreme weather events. The event also serves as a reminder that human settlements, no matter how developed, remain at the mercy of natural forces when systems are pushed beyond historical limits. The 2025 California flood was not just a local disaster, it was a wake-up call to the world. Nature demonstrated that its power is far greater than any human engineering or technological planning. Communities must adapt quickly, governments must invest in resilient infrastructure, and citizens must be aware that such events may become part of the new normal. If you found this video informative, please support our channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your support allows us to continue delivering accurate, original, and timely coverage of natural disasters and major global events.
I'm cussing, my bad. I don't know if I could do that on here, but
This thing is broken. It's flashing.
Hope everybody's okay.